So the reason for this plugin is because I was working on a website for a church who runs regular events, and some of these events are recurring, and I needed a way for them to publish these types of events without having to duplicate them every single time. So what this plugin does, it allows you to publish events on a recurring basis very easily, but also to change specific elements of those recurring instances. Now, this website here is built with Bricks Builder, but the plugin also supports Elementor, and in the future, we're looking at introducing Gutenberg support as well. Okay, so in the backend, the first thing we need to do is make sure that you have a custom post type on your site. So I'm using ACF, and I've created these event field groups for my event post type here. So in the event field group, all I have is the starting date, a time, a speaker, location, and cost. All right, so now let's configure the plugin to work with your custom post type we've just created. Now go to the settings tab here. Under the general tab, you'll be able to select the custom post type from here. The plugin also detects the custom post type plugin that you've actually chosen to use. Now this field here is required, and this is the very start date field for your event. The time field is optional, you can have that or not. Going further down here, this allows you to select the format that the dates will display in. And this one here determines the number of upcoming occurrences to calculate by default. Right, so now let's go over to the Bricks Builder tab here, because we've got Bricks Builder installed on this website. It automatically detects it and allows us to work with it. And you can see some instructions about the query loop here, but you can see these dynamic tags that you can use in your query loop within the builder, and also how they display an output on the front end. All right, so now the plugin is configured to work with our custom post type. But what if you still want to be able to edit a specific detail of an event occurrence? For example, if you're running a market day, you have a speaker at the market that's different on the first instance than they are on the second instance. You are able to edit those details, but you'll need to go to the Overrides tab here, select the custom fields that you want to override for each occurrence, and then click Save Override Settings. So what that will do is it will display these dynamic tags that you will then use in your query loop or shortcodes, if you're using shortcodes, and that will display the correct information on the front end for those different occurrences. Okay, so now we're ready to start working with our event. So in my case, it's this vegetable tasting market. And I'm going to enable events. So firstly, let's just look at the front end. This is what it currently looks like. So I have a location, a speaker, a cost, a time, the featured image, and then the date. So let's go back to here and select a recurring pattern. Options for daily, weekly, a couple of monthly options, a yearly, and a custom date feature as well. With the custom dates, it allows you to select any random pattern like that, for instance, and you can then deselect them as well just by clicking on the dates again. But in my case, I just want to showcase this weekly pattern, which I want to repeat every Sunday once a week. So I'm going to just click Save on that pattern. And on the front end, let's refresh this, and we can see the repeatable pattern there. But let's say we want to change the featured image on the second occurrence, and for example, the cost to show $50 instead of $25. So let's go back to the editor here, and in the Overrides tab, click on the date you want to override. In my case, I'm just going to change the cost and select the capsicum for the featured image. I'll click Save. Now let's go to the front end, refresh, and you can see the changed elements there for that specific event occurrence. Okay, so finally, I just want to show you how to create the query loop, or what I did to create it using Bricks Builder. As I mentioned earlier, you can use Elementor as well. You can use the shortcodes to display the dynamic data. But with Bricks, it allows you to use these dynamic tags. So let's edit with Bricks and have a look at how I created this query loop here. So on the right-hand side in the structure panel, I'm going to select the card wrapper. And you can see that I've applied the query to this wrapper, and it's this recurring events custom query. All right, so that's the one you need to select. That's provided by the plugin. And when you click away from there, you can see the settings for that query. You can change, for example, how many occurrences per event from here. So if we set that to 3, it's just going to display 3. You can also hide past events and also include non-recurring events. So events that you've actually not used the plugin for as well. And the dynamic data tags are these supplied by the settings tab in the plugin. And also the featured image is just using a featured image tag from Bricks. So that's pretty much it. This is how you use the plugin. I hope it's been helpful, and I hope the plugin is useful for you. Thank you.